Hello, Internet. It's Sunday, it's snowing outside. And typically with Christians, and if you want to talk about community, music has always been a central tenet of praise and worship. And singing uh, is what builds communities, sympathetic resonances, and so forth. Now, I got this ukulele as a gift a very long time ago, like close to oh, 10 years, something like that. And I was hanging around a bunch of musical people. It's a different era altogether now when I think about it. Untouched by the spoils of modern day life that we're in right now, with the things that have ruined us, like instantaneous gratification, online gambling, dopamine addiction, and dating apps. And not forgetting the proliferation of pornography and easy access. Because frankly, it ruins humanity. It ruins all of us. Now, I don't really have a plan as to what to do with this thing. But you see, okay, so there's my knuckle from yesterday that bashed off the tree. I could still look after it. It's important to look after your body because you only have one. We shouldn't be altering ourselves to fit some expectation or image because the fashions change and the times change. And then you're left with nothing but regret as to a physical alteration that you can't change back. And, I look at women and I see their pain, especially young ones. As mentioned yesterday with, advertising and social expectation, especially women that have large breasts or some other peculiarity about their visage, right? Their physical characteristics that makes them stand out in high school, especially during puberty. Men are a lot tougher on the outside. You look at me, I'm an M&M, right? I got tough exterior, but I'm just a softie on the inside. Like to my credit and to my detriment. So I look at women now, especially lesbians, and they're trying to fit this masculine image by using chest binding and sports bras and compressing themselves, to fit an image as to what they think masculinity is. But you'll never be a man like me. You'll never be a woman like you, and I don't want to be. I'm happy with who I am and what I've become and what I've accomplished in my own life. Because what I've accomplished as the kind of person that I am is absolutely unbelievable. People look at my story and they're like, this man's lying. I swear to God Downey, this guy's lying. Hence why very smart people end up going full Bruce Nuclear because nobody listens to them. And the fashion industry, along with modeling and prostitution, sex trafficking, pornography, contributes to the misery of all humanity. And I was talking about this on Instagram yesterday, not Instagram, about it being on Instagram yesterday. And I'm just absolutely disheartened every time I see it. Especially when you talk about breast augmentations, butt lifts, tummy tucks, any kind of plastic surgery that's not necessary for uh, life-saving procedures, because it's important to have a central core identity. You know, we have to have these symbols and these tenets and these principles. Otherwise, it's eroded over time, and we can't sell them out to foreign operators or to foreign interests, because then the central identity and tenets of a collective just goes away, and there's nothing left. And when there's nothing left, there's no culture, there's no religion, there's no individuality. And individuality and separate but equal cultures, and also the same with separate but equal principles, is the spice of life. We try to put everything together in the same pot under the guise of some kind of rainbow, right? Identity, transtrenderism, transhumanism, this altering the body kind of thing, just can't be tolerated. We don't have the luxury. And as far as I'm concerned, we shouldn't be using the technology to do such a thing. In the wars, I thought about this as to why they would do this. And, when soldiers came back or were on the battlefield and they were wounded in the groin or something like that, doctors came to the conclusion that, oh, hey, maybe we should just make this man into a woman and see what happens. Hope maybe they'll just, live a better life that way. And the thing is with transgenderism, is that half, if not more, of the post-ops commit suicide, because the confusion is mental. It's up here, right? It's psychosomatic, body dysmorphia. It's not popular to talk about because it doesn't fit the agenda or the narrative of the day. And I don't want to see people hurt themselves just to fit a fashion. This industry that supports and proliferates and profits off of these operations is absolutely disgusting. And that's the reason why I stand in resistance to it. I've seen some things on the internet that you don't want to see, okay? You don't want to hear the stories. You don't want to feel their trauma or their pain, because it will stay with you forever. And that's why I talk about this. Because if we don't talk about this, if we don't bring it out into the open and have a discourse, then we all die. And we die 1,000 times every day.